Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video let me talk about my raw thoughts of the new Redmi Note 10 series that were launched. They launched three devices: the regular Redmi Note 10 that starts at about 12,000, then we have the 10 Pro that starts at about 16,000, then we have the 10 Pro Max. So let's talk about that. And guys, my videos will be late because Xiaomi didn't send me the review note, so I'll have to buy it. So I'll buy it and review it. But let me actually talk about some of the thoughts that I have about these devices. And in fact, I would say Xiaomi did a very good thing that all these smartphones are going to have actually stereo speakers, and also all of them are going to have AMOLED screen. So that's actually really good. And first, let's talk about the Redmi Note 10. And here I would say Xiaomi did actually a pretty good thing. This comes with a 6.43-inch Super AMOLED screen. It's at 60 Hertz, but it's an AMOLED screen, and that too also a full HD plus, because these days what we see in the sub 12,000, 13, even 13,000 is that many brands just put a full HD, not a full HD, that's a 720p screen. Here not only we are getting a full HD but even an AMOLED screen. So I feel they have done a good job. But my only worry is that how's the quality of the AMOLED screen? Because what I have seen earlier is that some of the budget-oriented smartphones, for example, if you recall the Mi A3, that AMOLED screen was not that good. So again, I'm just hoping and keeping my fingers crossed that the AMOLED screens on this are good quality. What happens in the low-quality screens is that the colors are not good. Pinks actually look red, light green looks like gaudy green, so everything looks very gaudy. I hope that's not an issue. And I also hope they perform well in when you put the brightness too low, because there's some deficiencies are there. I hope they're using a Samsung panel, because generally Samsung panels are pretty good, but we'll know when we get the devices. Anyways, moving to the next thing, it's using the new Snapdragon 678 SoC, which is based on 11 nanometer. And I would say for the price, it's a good processor, guys, because again, at this price point, if you're looking at Snapdragon SoCs, we are generally getting the Snapdragon 662 or the 665. Definitely the 678 is far better. And many of you have asked me on Twitter, this is perfectly fine for regular use. If you're a regular user, not a hardcore user, this processor is more than enough. And even for gaming, mid-level gaming, it'll do fine. Not at the highest graphics rating, but mid-level, it'll handle it fine. Next is regarding the camera. It's having a 48 megapixel quad camera, guys, and again the 22 megapixel, but again I won't complain for the price. Front facing is a 13 megapixel, but guys, do note that the base variant that I told you is for 12,000 will have just 4 gigabytes of RAM. Here I'm a little bit worried because of MIUI, and have tested a few devices with MIUI 12, and in terms of RAM management, it's simply not that great. So I feel the base variant at 12,000 is a great value, but because of the history of MIUI and its RAM management, I don't know how will it be. So I would push you towards the 6 gigabyte RAM variant that comes with 128 gigabytes of storage. It's just because of the RAM management history with MIUI. And also now talking about ads and stuff, that I don't know how it is. We'll know when the device comes. But they did say that with the MIUI 12.5 update on all these phones, they'll allow you to uninstall a lot of junk apps. So that's a good thing. But one thing I noticed that in their presentation, there is this one thing that is very irritating with MIUI 12, that is known as Gets app, and even the Mi Security. Those are actually denoted as core apps, so they won't be removable with that update. So again, be careful, because that is one notorious thing. So let's see how is the ad situation and stuff. I hope it's not too annoying. Again, watch the video that I posted about a week ago regarding adware and nagware. That gives you a lot better idea. But here is the screenshot. It's available on Amazon, as I've told you. It's going to be available from 16th, and the two variants, 4 gigabyte of RAM and 6 gigabytes of RAM. Next, I feel this Redmi Note 10 Pro is the best balance of all the three smartphones, and this is having a slightly bigger screen at 6.67 inch Super AMOLED. But the big thing is, guys, this is having 120 hertz refresh rate. At this price point, we haven't seen, by the way, it starts at 16,000. At this price point, we haven't seen 120 hertz AMOLED screen. So that's a big deal. I would say Xiaomi is doing a great thing by introducing this. But again, guys, just keeping my fingers crossed, and I hope the screen quality is good. Again, I didn't get a review on it, guys. I know many of my friends have got it. I think so they'll start posting the videos from tomorrow or day after tomorrow onwards. So ask them, guys, how is the quality of the screen? Are the colors produced correctly or not? That is a big thing. Anyways, this comes with the Snapdragon 732G SoC. So yes, it's a decent processor, of course not a 5G one. And I like the fact that the base RAM is 6 gigabytes on all the Redmi Note 10 Pro. We also have a variant with 8 gigabytes of RAM, but I feel 6 gigabytes is more than enough. Then we have a 64 megapixel quad camera setup. And I like the fact that one of the cameras is a 5 megapixel telephoto, not that dumb 2 megapixel. Yes, we have one dumb 2 megapixel, but one is that 5 megapixel telephoto, and also we have ultra wide. So I feel the camera array on this one is actually really good, that 64 megapixel, and I feel the 64 megapixel is more than enough, guys, to be very frank to you. And front facing is supposed to be 16 megapixel, and this has a 5020 milliamp hour battery, and they're bundling the 33 watt fast charger within the box, so that's actually nice. My only worry is generally Xiaomi phones, these Redmi phones do get pretty good battery life because they're very aggressive in RAM management. They kill background tasks, that's why they get very good battery life. But now the inclusion of that 120 hertz, let's see how it impacts the battery. So that will be an interesting thing to test out. And again, this one also has stereo speakers. So all the variants actually have stereo speakers. And I feel here is a screenshot from Amazon. It's going to be available from Amazon. So here are the variants, 16,000, 17,000 and 19,000. I frankly feel the 6 gigabytes with 128 gigabytes of storage is the best variant if you can stretch your budget to about 17,000 in my frank opinion. Now, as you can see the next screenshot, this is the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, guys. It's exactly the same specs as the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So what's Max? The big max is that instead of the 64 megapixel camera, this one actually has a 108 megapixel camera. But again, guys, you're paying a 3,000 rupees premium just for that. So again, you decide, do you need that 108 megapixel camera? Because I had reviewed the Mi 10i about a month back. That had a 108 megapixel camera. And yes, it's okay, but I feel a 64 megapixel is more than enough, guys. So again, you decide, do you really need that 108 megapixel? In my frank opinion, the Redmi Note 10 Pro makes the most practical sense, guys, because do realize these are not 5G smartphones. Yes, 5G is not there, and many of you have asked me about 5G. 5G is not there on these smartphones. These are 4G phones. So yes, 5G is not yet in India by end of 2021, and by mid of 2022, at least in bigger cities, metros, we will have 5G. So if you're a person who changes his phone within a year or year and a half, that's fine. But if you are sort of a person who holds his phone for 2 years, 3 years, then maybe next year you will miss the fact that these smartphones do not have 5G. So that is something you have to note. Yes, there are some other smartphones in this price range that have 5G. This was the Narzo 30 Pro. I had just reviewed it a couple of days back. This starts at about 17,000. This has 5G. Also, Xiaomi, in fact, this has 5G bands. In fact, Xiaomi's own Mi 10i also is a 5G phone, but that has just two, 5G bands. Then there is the Moto G 5G. So there are a few smartphones around that price point. But again, you got to decide, is 5G important for you or not? And the biggest question is, how long will you be keeping your smartphone? I'm pretty sure within next 5-6 months, Redmi will definitely launch one more new smartphone, this mid-range smartphone with 5G. They'll have to eventually do that. But right now, the big question is that, do you want that AMOLED screen or the 5G? That's the big question. And that's the sad thing, guys. In mid-range smartphones, you have to decide what you want. We generally don't get everything. So again, you have to pick and decide. But definitely, if I forget about the 5G, pretty good smartphones. And my best, value proportion pick would be the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So guys, it's going on sale on 17th March, so I'll purchase it from Amazon. So again, guys, my video will be delayed. Hopefully I get it delivered by 18th. So if I get it on 18th itself, I'll try to post an initial video, then I'll do a full review. So again, stay tuned for that. And guys, that's it for now. And if you guys are still not subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.